Welcome to the Illuminated Path, where I give you a Thursday to Thursday reading. I'm still refusing to go in the woods because it's hot and swampy here and I don't want to get malaria. Today I'm using the Alberto Villoldo Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, and I just feel like I want to do a medicine wheel reading for Southwest Northeast. And right before I hit the record button, a card flung itself at me, and it's the wind. So this is going to be our focus card. Our focus card is the wind, which teaches us a lot about perspective and the way that we think. The wind is thought. It's our belief systems, how we talk to ourselves, our self-talk. And so we can be realizing probably through the course of this reading how our self-talk or our belief systems affect our perspective, whether it's a low vibrational type of perspective where everything feels very negative and heavy, or whether it's a high vibrational perspective where things feel pretty light and positive, hopeful even. So I'm going to draw the South card, the West card, the North card, and the East card. I'm not sure I like this. Okay, too late to stop. We got to keep going, right? We got to keep, the show must go on. In the place of the South, we have the Time Master. Okay, now generally speaking, the South in healing work is, and the entire deck just went. You guys, I'm telling you, I don't like today. I don't like what you guys are doing to me, because just from here I see Pachamama, I see the Beloved, I see the Sorcerer, I see the Circle, the Lower World. I don't know what you guys got going on over there, but stop it, please. Please just stop. All right, I'm gonna leave those there. I'm not engaging. Non-engagement is what I'm dealing with. Okay. Generally speaking, in the South of the healing medicine wheel, this is the space where you let go of your core issues and realize that what's been blocking you is your feelings of not being safe, your feelings of rejection and abandonment, and you don't have to sit in all those stories to simply let those wounds go, to heal through them. What I'm feeling is going on, is specifically with this card in the South, is maybe you've been really working to change your timelines, to heal a lot of stuff from your past, but there's beauty in your timeline. You don't have to completely jump timelines, forget everything that's happened in order to move forward in a new way. What you need to do is work with the timeline master within you, meaning see the beauty that has come from the things that you've been through, the path that you've walked, and take that beauty with you and create a beautiful future timeline. And that's just the South, okay? So in the South, we're working with the time master, and we are taking the beauty forward into the West. Now in the West, I have the upper world. Generally speaking, the upper realm is the place of the future. It's where the guides and angels and ascended masters live and reside. It's the crystal city, right? So if we're taking all of the beauty from the past of our timeline, work with that timeline master to create a beautiful future in the West is teaching us we have to overcome all fear. We have to have courage. We have to be brave. We have to engage our feminine nature, because in the West, it's all about change. You're not going to be able to take the beauty from the past and create a beautiful future unless you allow things to change. And it's scary to go through change. It's scary to stop depending on certain people who we've been depending on. It's scary to go out on our own. It's scary to try new things and go new places. But you can do it, because that's the only way that you're going to create that beauty in your future. Then I have the blade in the North. And if you look at the blade, there are many things etched on it, but then you have all of the moon cycles on the blade as well, and the feathers coming off of it. And these are things that are catching my attention about this card right now. So the North is where I tend to do a lot of the timeline work, because the North is where you can do soul retrieval and change your trajectory for your timeline. But we've already started doing that in the South, and the North and the South directly oppose each other, right? Or they're parallel to each other, however you want to look at that. So with the blade, what I'm picking up is there are certain things, beautiful things, that you're carrying into your future courageously in order to create, and your blade is going to be the thing to etch that into the path. Create your own path here. When we think of a blade, we often think of cutting away, cutting out, getting rid of. But what about the etching in? What about the creation? Creating something takes just as much effort as getting rid of something. The action movement is the same, it's just a matter of intention. So you get to use your tools in your own life cycles to put forth physical effort, take action towards the creation of the life that you want, and work with your own cycles. In the moon cycles, what this is telling us is that there's going to be times when we're very active, when we have a lot of energy, and then there's going to be times when we need a lot of rest. We cannot be consistent all the time, and the only thing that needs to be consistent is that we continue to move forward with it and etch that path, even if we have a lot of energy to do it some weeks and only a little bit of energy to do it other weeks, or even if we completely take a break. The consistency is that we keep going, regardless of what that looks like, etching your path. Now in the space of the East, I ended up with the inverted rattle. And this was when I decided, I don't think I like this reading. And then all the other cards came out. I'm hearing you have a choice. The East is your place of destiny. This is where you go on vision quest, where you choose and actively decide about your future. This entire wheel, though, this entire reading has been about creating your future, taking beauty from the past, being courageous with it, etching your own path. And now with the rattle is a very powerful tool that brings forth energy. The sound of it, the vibration of it can, the word manipulate comes up, but that's not always a negative word. It's just the connotation you put to it, because if you make certain frequency noises, it can manipulate energy. It can change the frequency of the energy around it, and it can raise the vibration of it or draw it out. And the rattle is one of those tools that draws energy out. It brings it up, it brings it to the surface so that you can look at it, so you can work with it, so you can move through it. But this is inverted. So this means you have powerful tools. Hello, Thomas. Well, he's going to show up at the part you're supposed to pay attention to, right? You have powerful tools. And sometimes all that's required is for you to let go. You do not need to control. You do not need to manipulate. You do not need to try so hard. All you have to do is change your thought processes to where you're holding and believing in the beautiful things, overcoming your own fear, and then taking physical action towards creating that in your life. The rest is going to work out all on its own, right? It's all going to work out on its own. So now I'm being drawn back to all of the cards on the ground. Spirit's like, now look at the cards on the ground, and I don't even know where to start because there's so many. Okay, well, let's start like this, because the cat's sitting on the lower world. The lower world, that's the place of the past. That's kind of where we started this reading. Then it moves to Pachamama, which is our heart, our earth mother, the beloved. Again, love, unconditional love, connection. Then I see the circle, which is the circle of us all and how we're all connected. But then at the very end is the sorcerer. But what I'm getting from this in this particular context is that the sorcerer is actually here to teach us about that connection. Maybe there have been times in the past when you have made mistakes. Maybe this isn't all about being wounded and having to get beauty out of your wounds and your traumas. This is also about places in your past when you've been the perpetrator, when you've been the bad guy, when you've been the one who's manipulated energy or tried to control or needed from others. Maybe this is where you've tried to get attention, or we all have a past. We've all done and said and believed things that weren't kind and loving and connected. Your sorcerer can teach you just as much about the beauty of life as your wounds do. So this is a little bit of an encouragement for somebody out there that you can't let your past hold you back. You can't let the person you've been keep you from being the person that you're going to be, because all of it's you. It's just a matter of finding the beauty in that and what was trying to come out in it. All in all, this feels like a reading of transformation, and wheels keep going. So let go and keep growing.